I can almost guarantee that you're wasting half of your gym time right now, which is killing your progress. Let me tell you a secret. In my local gym, the doors close at 9 p.m. And let me tell you, I've been caught so many times off guard, rushing after work, being late, running out of time, simply because I am a human. I still suck at time management at times, and I get to the gym later than I was supposed to. It happens. It's probably something also happening to you right now. I bet you're not structuring your days like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. And me too. I had times where I had to fit in all the exercises in 30, 40 minutes, and I had no choice. But that's what kept me experimenting, testing, and that's how I learned how to use that time the most efficiently. And I will be honest, even at the level I am right now, I'm still running into those situations all over and over again. But that's exactly why I came up with these systems. So to not only help you, but because I also needed them for myself. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 6 strategies that will cut down your gym time in half, while still getting enough stimulus to progress and grow muscle. If you want to cut your working time in half, you need to start doubling up your sets. In other words, do more and pack more work in less time. For example, combine exercises that use opposing or unrelated muscle groups. It can be a bench press with pull-ups, a bicep curl with a tricep pushdown, or a lateral raise with a Bulgarian split squats. There are many combinations you can try. The goal here is to keep the intensity high and minimal time for resting in between. Of course, don't just jump right into another exercise. Give yourself like 15 to 30 seconds to catch a breath, but also please understand that it will be brutal and maybe you will want to throw up at times. That's just the reality of this efficiency and time-saving game at the gym. It's brutal, but it saves you time. The number one hidden time waster at the gym is your rest time. You either control your rest time or the rest time will control you. If you train with the boys, that's even harder. We always have something to talk about, something to discuss, you know, like basic stuff like money, business, girls, taxes, all of that. But let me tell you a story how I discovered a method to fix that. So a couple of years ago when I was training in a calisthenics community, so I was talking to my bro, we were discussing some stuff, and I remember I was telling a story, and in the middle of my story, that motherfucker just stopped me and said, I need to do a set because my alarm just went off. And at that time I was like, what a fucking bitch. But jokes aside, that's a smart move. Sometimes we just forget about the time because we are just so interested in telling a story or listening to a story, and just simple things like setting an alarm or a timer for 5 minutes or 3 minutes just simply brings you back to the game. Then you do the set and then you're free to talk for another 3 minutes. Sounds simple, but not many people do that these days. So shout out to my boy John from Denmark. Use compound lifts, so the exercises that target multiple muscles at the same time, such as bench press, pull-up, targets couple of muscles, which you don't need to split them into different exercises to isolate a specific muscle. To add even more efficiency to this strategy, try to think of a compound lift and how can you spread stimulus as evenly as possible. For example, if you do a bench press, so mainly if you take a wider grip, as all people do, you target chest the most, but try thinking about closing the grip. So when you take it closer, you not only work your chest, you also work the hell out of your tricep, and your shoulders get fired too. And when you do pull-ups, for example, instead of doing normal pull-ups or a lat pull-down, try to bringing the arms a bit closer and trying the supinated grip. So not only your back and lats engage, also your biceps are burning. So think about this small change the next time you approach your compound lifts. And remember, not all the lifts are equal. Some of them waste more time before you even start doing them, which leads us to the next strategy. Skip high setup and warm-up lifts. So basically, if you are short on time, you gotta dump all the exercises that require time to set it up or load it up. For example, deadlifts. I mean, it's a great exercise, but if you have 40 minutes to train, you will spend 30 minutes by just loading the plates, putting it all together, warming yourself up to the main sets, and then what? You're left with 5 minutes, and it's not the most efficient time of use at the gym. The same could be with squats. So basically, the exercise that require a lot of plates and more weight in general. Quick fixes would be to opt for more machines and stack loaded machines. So instead of putting the plates on the easy bar, so to do your curls, you just attach a cable to the machine, right? So then it's easier to set the load. Instead of putting the plates on the barbell to do your bench press, you just find a chest press machine when you need to select the weight on the stack. The same with weighted pull-up. Instead of adding weight on your weight belt, opt for lat pull down. It's much easier to go from less weight to more weight. Another fixes you should probably also consider is to switching from barbells to dumbbells. I mean, I like overhead press with a barbell, but again, if you do it seated, you need to set up the bench, you need to set up the plates on both sides, warm it up. It just takes time. And if you're short on time, better to use the dumbbells. You just select the dumbbell, you just sit down, you press, you put them down. It's much faster if you think about it. Also with dumbbells, it's a harder variation because of more instability, so you don't need as much weight as on the barbell, which again is putting you in a position to start your main sets faster and avoid the excessive warm-up leading up to your working weights. Some exercises just steal your time before you even touch the bar. If you're into calisthenics, bodyweight exercises are also a great alternative when you need to save time. You can just do some push-ups, you only need the floor or the parallels, and then you go for pull-ups, you only need a bar. So you can also superset it, and also you don't need any equipment for setting it up. Блять, я боямся, že ty odlonžишься. Ну, блять, I'm risking it, 17. Now let's move on to strategy number 5. If you walk to the gym without a plan, you have already lost. It's like when you go for shopping and you're hungry and you haven't really figured out what you want for dinner. You will take way more than you had to, and you will spend way more money than you would probably do if you were prepared beforehand. Having a simple plan and exercises you want to do will simply kill the guesswork and keep you focused on the execution of the actual sets. Yeah, you gotta write down your exercises, your sets, how many reps you aim to do before you even step in the gym. If you want an instant time saver, just show up when nobody else does. Early mornings, late evenings, or weekends where gyms are mostly empty. No waiting for machines, no distractions, no delays. When you go peak time, you need to deal with all the pretty girls, all the steroid daddies, all the weirdos, and all the kids fucking around. I'm not blaming them, I'm blaming you for choosing the wrong time to train. If you have a chance to reschedule your training time, please do that. It will overall improve your workout flow, and also it can help you with gym intimidation that a lot of people face these days. They are not confident enough because they haven't really trained enough to be confident. They don't have enough evidence on their back. So when there are less people, you just feel naturally more relaxed because there are just less eyeballs on you. Even though nobody gives a shit about you as much as you think they do. And to summarize it all, I have a very important point to add. Minimalist training, which is basically sessions that are under 60 minutes, under 45 minutes, they can be good and deliver good results, but they will not deliver great results. That's a very important thing to distinguish. You can get decent results, but you will never get the same result as if you were spending a bit more focus on each set and each rep of your session. But if you're someone who is restarting your journey or just in your first year of training, I highly suggest you watching my previous video where I explained what you should be knowing in your first year of training, and also gave you the full checklist to see where you at and what areas you should improve on. You will thank me later. See ya. Yes, sir! Woo!